Hey Krishna, let me welcome you all for this 18 days Bhagavad Gita course. It's a level 1 course. In 18 days, we are finishing all the 18 chapters. Okay, and today is the second day. So, an actual Bhagavad Gita starts from this chapter, from 11th verse. So, we will, like yesterday, what we saw is just a preface of the battlefield, the preface of Bhagavad Gita we saw. And today is the crust of Bhagavad Gita we'll be seeing. So, let us take a vow, sort of like, make a dhrida nishchaya. That word often comes in Bhagavad Gita. Make a determination that we will attend this class on all the 18 days as much as possible. We will not remain absent. Come what may. At least this 1 hour at least we should be able to spend some time on this class. 9 to 10 is okay. Then after that, like, you're free to leave. Because this may extend. Some chapters are quite long, like the second chapter. There are some, 17 chapter, 18 chapter are very long. So it may take some time. It depends on the slides, okay? That depends on the slides in PPT, how we have made. And some topics require a lot of attention and a lot of explanation. So that takes a little time. Otherwise, we will carry on with Japan, with Bhajan Yoga. Okay? So all these things we learn from ISKCON Mangalore, and we have come to the temple now. We are seeing Radha, Sri Radha Govinda. We have come to the temple. Let us all pray. Pray not for asking more and more and more. No, we are very contented. Let us be assuring ourselves we are very much contented. Only that we need only God's grace. So we are just going to tell a thanking prayer. So this is Hare Krishna Namajapa. I'm just saying for one time. Like once I'll say, you people can repeat in mute. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just need to surrender to Lord, and He's there to raise us. He's just waiting to take care of the devotees. Yes, from today, like you people can participate. Whoever is very much thorough, not that I will just learn the words, not like that. Whoever is very thorough with all these shlokas can raise hand, and we will unmute you, and you can take part. Yesterday was the first day, so I did. So from today onwards, you all are you all should be ready to participate if you are very much thorough with it. So yeah, whoever is interested can raise hand. If nobody is raising hand, then I'll continue. Who's this?
You want me to do?
Yeah, you can take part. No problem.
Hare Krishna.
Today you take part. From tomorrow we will give a chance for the devotees. Yeah, one more devotee is the raised hand. We'll give chance to the devotees, Mathaji. And
yes, Mathaji.
But you can also take part. I will also say. Okay. Lalitha Mathaji is she must be the old devotee, I think. Hare Krishna Mathaji. Are you thorough with the shlokas?
Yes, Mathaji. I can, Mathaji.
Yeah, please start, Mathaji.
Second chapter. First shloka, Mathaji.
Mathaji, Pranati. Are you able to see my screen? Hare Krishna. I think there's
prayer you mean to say, Mathaji?
Om Namo Bhagavate. Pranati Matra.
Are you sure? Are you thorough with the Pranati, Mathaji?
Yes, Mathaji.
Yeah, please start.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadam Mahyam Dadati Sapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lalita Shri Sahagana Raghunathantam Cha Santam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha
Radhe Brindavani Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami.
I'm missing Mathaji, sorry.
Will you be able to
Radha Vrindaveshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Gobrahmana Hitaya cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Gaurave Gaura
Gurave
Chandraya Radha Radhaya.
I'll read it. Radhikaya Itadale
Okay.
Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah. Now continue, Mataji.
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini.
Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Yes, continue.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण माताजी
Thank you.
टू श्लोकास
No issues. No issues. I just stopped sharing. Yeah. You all can put your number, contact number and your name for attendance in the chat box. Okay. Just do continue doing that. Yes. So we have come to understand Bhagavad Gita in 18 days. That is the course what we are doing. This is a level 1 course. Okay. In level 2, you will be doing the deep study of Bhagavad Gita. Here only we are taking the nectar of Bhagavad Gita, just a drop. We are learning only the drop of it, because yesterday we saw one of the slides, it was shown, it takes almost a year to complete Bhagavad Gita on the whole, all the 18 chapters. But we can't afford to take all the 365 days. Nobody will come then. In WhatsApp group, we have more than 200 and 250 people, but in class only 60, 70 people are coming. So it is difficult because of other factors, become difficult. So 18 days course itself is becoming so difficult. So can't think of 1 year course, nobody will be interested also. So this 18 days, let us make it a point, like, we will come and attend every day and understand how much ever we can. And then next month is always there, you can always continue learning. Okay. Yes, so this is the 18 days course we are learning. And today we have come to chapter 2. And that the title is Contents of Gita Summarized. This also everything is in summary form only, nothing in detail. The level 1 course is just superficial. We are reading everything and trying to understand. And here we Guru, we need to respect the Guru, and based on the teachings of His Divine Grace, Abhaicharan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. And who is he? He is a founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Yes. So what did we learn yesterday? We saw the first shloka. Dhritarashtra Maharaja was asking his assistant Sanjaya what is happening in the battlefield, because he has a jnana drishti. He got the power of knowing whatever he wants to think. He thinks of a place. He can visualize whatever is happening there. So he had that divya drishti. So he's asking, Dhritarashtra Maharaja is asking Sanjaya, please tell me what is happening in the battlefield. So that is only first shloka he says, and after that he doesn't say anything. That is only shloka he says. Kim akurvata. What? Kim means what? Akurvata. What are they doing? Then Duryodhana's fear, that also we saw. Mahatim chamum vyudam. After seeing the opponents, that is Pandava's armies, he was shattered in after listening to that Shankanada and all that. He was, because they were on the wrong path. Main thing is, like, when you're wrong, you're always fearful. When once, like, that you're on the right path, God is there with you, then you need not have to fear at all. Now, why these people are fearing? Because God is not with them. Krishna is not with them. So he was afraid. He was very sure that he's going to lose, but still, with he wanted to take it up, and he went ahead with the battle. For fighting. Then blowing up conches. So we heard, like in yesterday's class, we saw Each one had the Daiviga Shank, we say, no, that very saint, very auspicious Shank they had. So, Hridayani Vyadharayat. After you listening to that blowing of conches, the sound itself was so stimulating that their heart broken into pieces. It was shattered. Hridayani Vyadharayat. Then Arjuna's observation, he's seeing what will happen and what is the outcome of this battle. So he's visualizing all that. Gandivam Shramsate Hastat. Gandivam is a bow which is just falling off from his hand. And Arjuna, because out of this compassion, he became weak. Then Arjuna's reason not to fight. He giving a lot of reasons, saying that just because of this I cannot fight. Because it's a sin, I cannot fight. It doesn't give me any happiness, so I don't want to fight. My own people are getting killed. So in spite of that, my people are getting killed. At what cost? For my getting a kingdom? No. Then I know I don't need the kingdom. He says all that excuses. So apratikaram ashastram. Yes, that is what we saw yesterday. And today what are we going to see is crisis management. So there is a crisis. They have already entered the battlefield and he has a lot of problems now. He doesn't want to fight. So that is a crisis. Now what to do? How to solve that situation? Approach Lord. And he was very lucky because he had Lord in front of him. So Karpanya dosho pahatas swabhavaha. So he says in 2.7, he says, I'm lost all my composure. Please accept me as your Sishya. You accept me, you become my Guru and you just instruct me what is to be done. So I'll blindly follow. So that is that is how we need to behave. Like once we need to surrender. Basically what? You should never think, I know everything, I will manage. When you have that feeling of then downfall. You are getting ready to fall down. So here Arjuna was weak, he became weak, but then what he said, I will listen to you, Krishna. Just instruct me. What is beneficial for me? Just instruct me. So I will remain your bhakta. I will remain your disciple. That is what he says there. And then next, what we are going to learn is my real identity. What are we? Are we the body? Are we the soul? That is what we are going to learn. Dehino asmin yata dehi. We are all embodied soul. Our soul is there. We are all soul, but we won't be able to see the soul. So we need a body to act, to have senses and all. We need a body. So that's why each one of us has different types of bodies, like a bird body, animal body, like small insect body, or the human body, elephant body, like that. So we will see what is the true identity of a living being. And there are two duties. Hatova prapsyasi swargam. If you lose your battle, God is giving everything, He's making it very clear. Okay, you just go ahead with the fighting. And God is saying, like Krishna is saying, I'm not going to help you in anything. You just give me the direction, right, left. You tell me, I will just take that, chariot towards that direction. That's all. That is the best, that is the most appropriate I can do. Otherwise, I'm not going to help you, and I'm not going to take any astra, shastra, and all in my hand, and I'm not going to fight for you. It is your duty. You need to fight, but only that. Don't fear. See, what will be the outcome? Either you will lose or you will win. If you lose, you will attain a higher loka. You will go to Swarga loka. Or if you if you win, you will get the Rajya. You will get the kingdom. So why fear? So both win-win situation is only that. So don't fear. He's motivating Arjuna in all the possible ways. He's motivating Arjuna to do your duty. Do your duty. So we need to learn the same thing. So not necessarily we need to go to a battlefield and start fighting. Whatever is, each individual has some duty. Like, I have a particular duty. You people may have a particular duty in your house or whatever. So you first, God says, Krishna says very clearly, first you do your duty. That is the most important thing. And next, what you're going to learn is sustain happiness. What gives us most happiness? Prajahati yata kaman. Just give up all your sense desires for self-satisfaction. We are trying to, appease our own senses, which we need to stop. So that is what we will learn in detail. So there are 72 shlokas, okay, but not, again, 10 shlokas are put here. So quick recap we'll do what we had learned yesterday. From the picture itself, we can make out. Yesterday also we saw the same picture. Arjuna is saying, no, I cannot fight. So sorry. I've seen my own people getting died. Because once I'm there, he's a great archer. So he knows one egg, tir maar diya to ho gaya. Now that side, everybody will fall. Everybody will die. So he says, no, I can't do that. I cannot kill my own people. He says that. So what he's saying, 5 reasons he says for not fighting. Arjuna do not want to fight in the battle because of out of compassion. So that is a good quality. Having a compassionate nature is a good quality. But where we need to have compassionate nature? That is, very important. Not in the battlefield. In the battlefield, he has come to fight. So he needs to fight. So compassionate nature he has, which is given in 1.28. Then no enjoyment. He says there is no enjoyment. Once I kill my own people, my own relatives, my own guru, my own, grandfather, my own cousins. So what enjoyment do I have? I will lose all my people for what? Is it really worth? And then I'm committing a sin. I'm killing a human being. Brahma Hatya and all, they say, no, we are not supposed to kill anybody. It's an offense, right? So it's a sin, he says, that is written in 1.36 shloka. And then family tradition, the people who die, what will happen in their family? Those people will be like, anath. They won't have a father, they won't have a grandfather in their house. So once the elderly people are not there, Varna Shankara happens. All the details are given. So in the first level, we won't go so much into the detail, but many details are given in first chapter. Then indecision. So he is just absolutely not able to conclude whether to go ahead with the fighting or stop and just go back. So he is unable to decide. And Krishna's solution. No, Krishna is going to teach him, no, the way what you're thinking is wrong. I'll teach you the other way of looking at things. So why Arjuna didn't want to fight? All these things we said just now, and it's all given in this verses. No, he's replying in these verses. Krishna is addressing them he's replying. What the illusion, what you have is not right. I will tell you what is the reason why you should fight. So the answer is what? Compassionate. He feels the other person will get die. So he's saying, don't worry, we are not the body. You're going to kill only the body. The body will fall. The soul is always there. The soul will not get killed. So he is going to teach about what is Atma, what is the self. He's going to teach about that. There's no enjoyment, he says in 31 to 37, he says, either you lose, you'll get you'll go to heaven. Or if you win, you'll get kingdom. So in both the situation, you're going to be a win-win. As it is, you are coming into the world, you're going to die one day. So better die in this battlefield. So you'll get a direct ticket to Swarga. So it's a good choice, no? Good bargain. The next is fear of sinful activity. I'm committing a sin, he says. For devotional activity, there's no sin. Why it is called devotional activity? Because God is saying that. So anything done for God, it doesn't go waste. It is always appreciated and there's no power in it. There's no sin. There's no punya and there's no power also. There's no punya or there's no power. Then destruction of family tradition. So what he's saying, be a role model to prevent Varna Sankara. What is actually Varna Sankara? I thought of not explaining. Varna Sankara is that when the lady of the house loses a husband, what happens? Who will take care of the children? Who will take care of herself? There should be somebody earning member, right? So the other person are ready to take her, okay, you become my mistress, not a wife, because you must be already having a wife. So you will make her as a mistress. He will take care of the expenses. And what happens is they will have their own children again. So that becomes Varna Sankara. They are not properly wed children, right? So the children out of the wedlock. So those such a thing will be prevalent. That is what he is afraid. But he's saying, no, that will not happen. You be a role model of not happening. You can prevent it. Then indecision. So he is unable to conclude whether should I go ahead with fighting, whether should I continue with my duty, or should I just back off. So God says, serve the Lord with firm determination. Because I am saying, just go ahead with fire and fight. So I am the God, I am saying, so you do, because God wants to do it. God wants me to do it. So in our case also, what we must do it. See, everybody has our own duties, right? So just put all the tension and job, you think, oh, what will be the outcome? No, don't have any fear at all. Just put it on the God's ears. This is what is my duty. I'll keep doing my duty. What is the outcome? That is your department. You give me accordingly. I will not bother about that. I will have tension-free life. I'll just do my duty and I'll be cool. So we'll put God into action. Let God take care of our. He will, definitely he will not lose his one of the many shlokas are put like that. He says, Arjuna, tell boldly to everyone, to all your devotees, that my bhakta, my devotees will never perish. That is what he says. Very boldly you can say. And in so many shlokas, he promises also, I will definitely take you into my world. So all these things we should consider. So what we should do is have trust. First is have faith in the Lord and start doing your japa. And I mean, all your activities should be as a sacrifice to the Lord. So we should continue doing our duty, but it should be, we should not expect anything in return. Om Shri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Sankhya Yoga Atha Dvitiyodhyaya. I come to the second chapter, that is Dvitiyodhyaya. And what is the this chapter's name? That is Sankhya Yoga. Yes, now whoever is interested and very thorough, I mean, don't feel bad, like, when I say, no, this is still not done properly. If you're not thorough, please don't raise your hand. Slowly you will come to know. If anybody is thorough with the shloka, they can raise hand. Otherwise, I'll just continue because we don't want to waste time also. Karpanya doshopahata svabhavah prichhami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yachhreyasya nishchitam bruhi tanme sishyaste aham shadiman tvam prapannam sishyaste aham. Second chapter, 7th verse, he's saying, please accept me as your sishya, accept me as your disciple. So I'm falling at your, I'm the soul surrendering unto you. So you please accept me and I will become your disciple. As a guru, you teach me what is best for me. So he says, now I'm confused about my duty and I've lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I'm your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. This is how we need to have faith in the Lord. Once you whomever like you really trust, what you say, I'm totally surrendering to you. Now you take decision. That is what we need to say. So with Lord also, we should have 100%. There should not be even an iota of doubt. God will take care of all my problems. That should be our aim. So Arjuna is teaching us how to behave. So from this shloka, this is what we need to learn. Like we need to surrender. We should be 100% totally convinced that God will take care of all our problems, but I will do my duty. I will put 100% efforts and He will take care of the result. Yes, what happened? So what is the second what we are going to learn is what is my true identity? Who are we? That is what we are going to learn. Okay. So there is a tree there at a far distance. What you see is just a green color. One tree we could see. Then when you go near it, actually the picture we cannot go, no? So the picture is made to come in front of us. Now we saw, oh, there are many branches. Oh, there are many leaves here, there are, still more clear. Your vision becomes still more clear. But still you go towards the tree, you can see a small branch. There's a green parrot, and the green parrot come out like in his mouth, there's green, this what, mango. So all these details you get to see only when you go near to that object. From far, we are unable to guess all this. So why? Because our senses are not perfect. Our vision is not perfect. If our vision was perfect, from far also we could have make out all these things are there. We were unable to make out. So we need to go near the tree, then only we come to know all these details. So is our vision perfect? No. The same goes with our ears and our taste and what other parts, other sense organs. Nothing is perfect. All our sense organs are not perfect. So that is what we need to learn. Yeah, and another example is given, like one cut apple is here, kept here, and the reflection is seen in the mirror. So just seeing the reflection, what we will guess is the apple is full. It is not cut. No, only the one side of the apple is being shown there, and with that reflection, we cannot conclude it is full. So our vision is not perfect at all. We see only one angle of the whatever we see is only from one perspective we see. What we need to do is, if someone says, no, I saw it, it is not like this, somebody argues like that. So we should be, oh, is it? We should be trying to understand, oh, he must have seen it from a different angle. But what we normally do is, no, I saw it. It is like this only. 100% I saw it is like that only. We try to argue and try to win the case. No, we need to be submissive. Oh, is it? So we should try to understand from their angle also. We should be trying to learn submissive. We should be submissive. When our vision is not perfect, vision is perfect, we believe that we see what we see is perfect. What we see is perfectly visible. Okay. So that is what we believe, but no, that is not the case. So we should always accept our all our, the sense organs are not perfect. So we need to keep your ears open. If somebody says, no, I heard something different, who is it? We should try to, listen to their problems also. So the same way, now what we are going to see is three stages of understanding God. God we see in a form. Okay, what we see Krishna is in a form. But there are many people who believe God without a form. So are they wrong or are they right? We will get all the answers in Bhagavad Gita. But they're also believing whether it's right or no. They have that faith. Some people see in the morning, they see the sun rising, they do argyam, they do that offering water, and they do all that puja part and all they do. For them, the light, the sun, everything is God. And what we normally do, we get up early in the morning, what we do is first we light, after freshening up, what we do is first we light the lamp. Bhagwan ka batti jalate. So why we do that? We need that aura, that brightness to fall all over the place. So we also believe there's a light everywhere. So some people believe that way. God is in the light form. So that aspect is called Brahman. We call that as a Brahman form of the realization. See, there are three stages of realizing God. This is the basic stage, Brahman. Then there's a second stage is called Paramatma. That God has 4 hands. God having 4 hands is called Paramatma, and he resides in everybody's heart. Everybody's in all living beings. It can be a tree, it can be an animal, monkey, donkey, anybody. So he stays in everybody's heart. So second, you can understand God that way as a 4-handed form. He is called, and that 4-handed form is called Paramatma. And then a normal Krishna having 2-handed form with a flute and peacock feather on his hair and all is very beautiful. Yesterday we saw, he has all the 6 opulences. He's the most beautiful. He's Krishna. Krishna, that name itself shows that he's most beautiful. That meaning of Krishna is that. So he's very beautiful that way. So he looks like us, like a human form, and he has a flute and a feather and all that. So this is the Bhagwan form of the Lord. So what we prefer is Bhagwan form. And God also says the same thing in Bhagavad Gita shlokas, that you accept me as Bhagwan with 2-handed form. These are the 3 ways of understanding God. Oh, here only it comes. I thought it is already done yesterday. Okay, Hare Krishna. So Bhagwan has all the 6 opulences. What are they? Beauty, wealth, fame, strength, knowledge, and renunciation. He is the most beautiful person. He's the wealthiest person. He's very famous. He's a lot of strength. He has. When he was 6 years old, he held the mountain for one week. Little finger. How could he do that? Because he's God. Simple. The answer is very simple. So we need not have to question how he could do it. He can do anything. He can be the smallest of the smallest. Like he can become like an atom. He can become a big, vast. The big structure also he can take. So this has been written in Vishnu Purana. And that is written in Parashara Muni. Parashara Muni, there is one sage, a great sage and the father of Vyasadeva, who compiled all the Vedic literatures, gave the following definition of God. He has given the definition, that is, Bhagwan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is thus defined in Parashara Muni, by Parashara Muni, as one who is full in 6 opulences, who has full strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. He has everything under him, with him. So that's why he's called Bhagwan. Yeah. So any sage comes, nowadays you can find so many Swamijis come, they say, hey, I'm God, okay, I can do this. They will be doing all that magical feats and all that, but they cannot be called Bhagwan. Just growing a beard and, wearing that robe, orange robe and all, we cannot call them as Bhagwan. One who has all the 6 opulence should be called Bhagwan. And who has it? Only Krishna has it. So only Krishna will be a Bhagwan forever. Yes. So who am I? Because I took it from the children's slide. Okay. That's why you can find small kids photo here. So we have all our body parts. What we say, I am hair, I am eyes. We don't say that. My hair, my eyes, my nose, all my, we say my mobile, my book. Everything my only, my house, my children, my wife, my husband. So what is that my? Then who is the original? The original, this is soul. So it is soul's hand, this is soul's hair. So we always say it is my eye. We don't say I am the hair, I am the eye. We don't say that. And so what is the body then? This is my body. Body is also saying this is my body. So body is made up of 5 elements. Air, earth, fire, water, sky. These are made of 5 elements, but the Atma, the soul which is residing in his heart, that is indestructible. It has never been born, it will never be born again, and it will never be, future also it will never be born. It is always there. This is, so what are we? We are the soul and not the body. The body keeps changing, and that is what we are going to learn today. Yeah, so the example is given as a car and driver. A car, just so car is there. So can the car move? Like you just think of it, just go to market. Will the car go? Will the car take us? No, it needs a driver who has to sit on the driver's seat and has to operate the machine. Then only it will move. The same way, our body is like a car. It cannot operate by itself. It needs a driver in it. And who's the driver? It is the Atma. That is the soul, which is very small. That we will see later. The size of it is very small, and because that Atma is there, that soul is there within us, we are able to talk, you people are able to hear, you people are able to think, everything is possible. We are able to do any action or anything with this body. It's because of the soul. The moment the soul goes out of the body, like the car, driver goes out of the car cannot move. But there's a difference is that the driver can keep coming and going, but the soul doesn't come into the body again. It goes into a new body, another body. That is the only difference. So the soul is the main driver of our body. It is not, the body doesn't do anything. There's the soul, which is so very active. So first lesson of Bhagavad Gita is what? We are not this body. So the example is car and driver, which you can understand better. Yeah. This is also like another example you can say, like we are in the bird in the cage. So bird is what? Our soul. Cage is our body. So that's why we say embodied body. Our soul is being covered with this body. It is unable to escape from this body. So how can it escape? Only through Namajapa. So much you can do, like, Namajapa, so much you do, it gets a escape. The doors are getting open and you can fly. It can be ourselves. We can fly into the God's Loka, Goloka Vrindavan. But what we normally do, we just paint our body. We decorate our body. We make it so very pleasant. We take bath 4 times a day, make our body look very attractive and all that. But we don't take care of the soul. Soul doesn't need any carrot or to make it healthy. The more very good stuff you eat, it goes into the body, not to the soul. So soul does. So what soul wants? It needs only Namajapa. It is just longing to go to God. So it is very happy to listen to God. So whenever you go to temple and come, or whenever you do japa and all, just close your eyes and go in your own mood and do 1 round japa. You feel like, oh, so got over. Let me do 1 more round. So keep doing. You'll start enjoying. Once you get the taste of it, you will start enjoying. Because our soul is enjoying. We actually are the soul only. We enjoy. So it is seen on the body also. You become very happy when you go to temple and come also. Very nice atmosphere. So you become very happy. Like, wow, what a nice feeling I get in there. You will say that. So this is like another example is bird in the cage. So this is the life cycle. We are all born. So the soul is already there. The body grows. The body keeps growing from boyhood to youth. It keeps growing, then old age, and it goes to, then it falls off. It becomes, the body becomes weak. The body dies, not the man dies. The body dies, becomes so weak, can't see, can't hear, can't stand. All the body parts have become weak. So the soul feels, what can it do in this body? So let me quit this body and go to another young body so that I can be active in that body. So the soul passes from one body to another. This is the life cycle. Okay, there's another picture you can see. It is a baby is already born in mother's tummy. Okay, so it gets heartbeat and all that. So scientifically proven. So it is not that the baby comes out of the mother's tummy and then you say happy birthday. This is the date the child is born. No, the child is already born in the mother's womb. But so the soul is already formed there. Soul already has taken the body. It comes out, it's a baby stage and small walking stage, running stage, boyhood, youth and all that. Then it becomes father and grandfather, and slowly the body becomes weak and the soul goes to another body, another child's body. It can be a child's human form. It can take a bird form. That is the only difference. It can take any form. It can become a small, that kida makoda, like small insect also we can become. It all depends on karma, how we behave. So that is the next chapter what we are going to do tomorrow, which is going to be still more interesting. Each chapter will teach us, how to behave. So tomorrow's chapter is still more interesting. So we all need to come and make a point that you attend. So again, it takes into another body. Again, it grows, and again it becomes weak. The body becomes weak, and the body falls. Again, the soul, goes into the another body and all that. So the soul is using our body as a cloth. How we change our clothes every often, in summer and all, we keep changing our clothes. So the same way, our soul is actually using this body as a cloth. What is your worn out cloth? Just throws away that worn out cloth and wears a new one. So that is how the soul does. It just uses the body as a covering. That's all. So how many species are there like that? If you can just start counting, it will be 84 lakh species. We have come to this stage. It's like I used to always tell my kids class. It's like this what snakes and ladder. We are already down all that we have already seen. Then we climbed the ladder. Then there was a snake, which was, again we came down on all that. Now we are standing in the 98th thing, like, that square. There's one snake, a big snake in the 99th. And there's another square is the home. That is go back to Godhead. So we are almost going near to Lord. But at this stage, only in the human stage, we can do Nama Japa. We can think of Lord. We can do all the things. Even our own pet dog. If you have a dog in your house, a pet dog, you can name it, you can keep it, hug it, and everything you can do. Can it say Hare Namana or Hare our Mahamantra? Can it say? No, it can only listen what we are doing. It cannot understand. So the bhakti cannot be done by an animal or a bird or any other species. Only a human being can do. So only we have that liberty. We are so much lucky that we are born as a human being. So we are very near to going to the Lord's place. Like our target is very close up. But what we human being, what we do, we are neglecting again. We are not bothered to do all the japa or whatever is given by the scriptures. So what we do, we neglect all that. Again, we fall down. We become either a dolphin or a tiger, because all these things are given. Whether you will become a tiger or a tree or a bird will be seen in the next few slides. Depends on our karma. Whatever we do now, that will have an effect on our next life. So we should be very careful in choosing what we do now, so that we get a better birth, or whether you go to God's place, at least if not God's place, if we are not very lucky, because to go to God's place, we need to 100 out of 100. No passing mark of 35 or 50 or nothing like that. We need to have 100 out of 100. Even if you get 99.99, again we will be born here to complete that 100, to make out, and our marks will be cumulative. It is not like our material school. It is not like that. Once you learn, a PhD doctor may die. Again, next birth, when he is born as a human, he has to go to a school with his bag and learn A for apple, because he won't remember what he had learned in the previous Janma. So he'll have to learn right from A for apple in his nursery, in his junior KG, senior KG, first, and he will be learning that only as a foundation. Slowly maths and tables and all that he has to learn. Again, complete the thing. When you become a doctor or surgeon, again, he dies. Again goes, it takes another form, another birth and all that. But in spiritual world, it is not like that. Whatever we learn now, that gets accumulated. And then next birth, we will get a better life. And whatever we have learned will be there in the memory, and we will proceed further. So we are very lucky that we have born as a human being. We are able to understand what is God and how to do bhakti. So no moment should be wasted. At least from now on, we should be very careful in choosing how to behave and what to follow. Okay. So there are 84 lakh species. Why this is all mentioned? I think it may come in your quiz. Okay. Every day you people have to attempt quiz. So I don't think like the message has been put. I will ask the admin madam to put this message. Yeah. Now, next shloka is there. I'll read out if nobody is raising hand. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhirastatra namuhyati. As the embodied soul continuously passes, we just explained the same thing is given here. As the embodied soul, body, the soul is covered with body, that is called embodied. Embodied soul continuously passing in this body from boyhood to youth and to old age. The soul similarly passes from one body to another body at the time of death. The death of what? Death of the body, and not the soul. The soul doesn't die at all. There's no happy birthday for the soul at all. It is always alive. It is always there. So the self-realized soul is not bewildered. So when a person dies, also a self-realized person who has already done Bhagavad Gita course, he will not get bewildered. He will not feel bodily attachment, whatever he has, no, that he may feel, oh, now I will not be able to see that body. I cannot see my grandfather in that same body. The body is gone. But the soul is always there. The soul will always bless you. Or, you're in contact with the soul. Oh, no, I was very good with that grandfather. He will always remember me and he will bless me. Wherever he will be, he will keep blessing me. All the elders who ever pass, we have that belief, no? The elders bless us that way. So the self-realized soul will not be bewildered by such a change. So he will take it in this positive way. So, yeah, the next comes. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakah, na chainam kledayantyako, na soshayati marutah. So the quality of the characteristics of the soul. What is that? Nainam chindanti shastrani, shastra. What is it? With any sharp weapons, we cannot be cut the soul into pieces. The soul can never be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor can be burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. So the size of the soul is so small, it cannot be done. It can't be cut into pieces or burned by fire. What is the size of the soul? The tip of the hair. Suppose my hair is long. The tip of the hair, cut it into 10,000 parts. The one part of the 10,000 is the size of the soul. So very small. It cannot be moistened by water, or can't be burned, or can't be withered, or can't be cut. But it is so active. It is so much activity it does with this body. That's really wondrous thing. So this shloka says about the soul. Yeah. Avachavadam shabahun vadishyanti tavagitaha nindantastav samarthyam tatho dukkhataram nukim. Krishna says, see, after coming to the battlefield, you don't want to fight. What will happen? What the enemies will talk about you, that you're not capable enough to fight in the battle, just running away, showing your back and running away. Hey, he's such a fool. He can't even, face us. He's scared of us. They will, ridicule you that way. So your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? Such a shameful act it will be. So no, you can't go back. You need to fight. He's just giving all the possible reasons for Arjuna to Uttishta Kaunteya. Uttishta means get up. Arjuna, get up and fight. Get up and fight. That is your duty. So what we need to learn from this shloka, yes, we have certain duties in our life. We need to do it. We should not just, oh no, I can't do it. I'll just back off. No, you can't take a back off. As a parent, as a mother, as a father, as a grandfather, grandmother, whatever duty we have, or you people someone may be a student also. Your duty is to study. Yes, you need to complete the course. You need to come out of it. You can't. There's no escape for it. And that is what God says. God doesn't say, ki, sab kaam chhod do and just do japa. No, he doesn't say that. He said, do your duty. But back of your mind, always remember me. All the offering should be me. I'm studying so much. What will be the effect? Will I get marks? Won't get, anxiety. Leave it to me. I will take care. I will know whether you can become a doctor or an engineer. I will decide, not you. Studying is your job. How much PCM mein kitna milega, PCB, how much you should get, that I will decide. You may think of becoming a doctor, but I know you cannot shine in becoming a doctor, but you will be very good when you become a chartered accountant or an engineer like that. So he decides our future. But what we have to do is we have to do 100% efforts and accept whatever God gives us. The result God will give, and just keep accepting. That is applicable to everybody, including me. I have come to ISKCON. I never thought I'll come to ISKCON, but I had a fond of learning Bhagavad Gita. But the destiny came, and I am here learning still more. I'm still learning. I have so many shlokas I don't know. The meanings I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm so very happy now. So that is how God will lead us. Whatever we are doing, He knows what is there, what feelings we have within us. He will take the path. You need not have to even ask for it. That is the beauty of, He understands. He's devotee. So this, yeah. So next one is, yeah, two duties. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshyase mahim tasmat uttishta kaunteya. I just said, no, uttishta kaunteya. He often says that. Uttishta means get up, kaunteya. Arjuna, get up, get up. Yuddhaya krita nishchaya. Determined mind, get up and go ahead with and fight. Why fight? Because that is his duty. So just because Arjuna is he's going to do the fighting, we should also not create a fight with somebody and we should fight. It's not that. That is his duty. So he is asking him to do his duty. So that is applicable to us also. Just get up and start doing our this. And what he says, in the battlefield, you may lose. So Hatova Prapsisi Swargam. When you lose, you may get Swarga. Because that is a Punya Bhumi. Okay, so you're fighting for the right cause. So possibly like the enemy may kill you and you may die. But what you're going to get? You'll get Swarga. You'll get a better place to live in. Jitvava, if you win, Bhokshase Mahim, you'll get Bhoga. What Bhoga? You'll get your kingdom to rule. And for many more years you can rule. So in both way, win-win situation, you are not going to be a loser. So why are you worrying? Get up and fight. So that is the attitude we must also have. We should never fear. But what will be the outcome? Yeah, should I do it or no? No. In whatever way, whether you lose or win, there will be at least a lesson. When you lose, it is always said, when you lose, there is a lesson learned. So no harm in trying. So that is how we need to go ahead with our duties. Yes. Yeah, next one is Neha Vikramana Shosi Pratyavayo na Vidyate Swalpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. Swalpam, little, even a small duty if you do as a spiritual, on a spiritual path, that will have more effect. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. And a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. First of all, you need to have total faith in the Lord. That is the underlying factor. We thought that I'll just read Bhagavad Gita. So I don't believe totally in whatever he says, then better not to learn. You should have total faith. And the faith will be see, on a fine day, like on the second day, you will not get faith. But at least you can assure yourself, yes, I'm not understood, but I know things are going to shape up very good. I will start learning everything and this will take me on a better path. I will become a better human being. I mean, that sort of an assurance you should have because God is going to take care of all our problems. Even if you don't have problem, he will not give you problem also. You will have always a happy life. So there is no harm. There won't be any fear. So even little, whatever you do, a little, swalpam apyasya. Swalpam means very small. If you do a small activity for the sake of Lord, to keep him happy, that will take further and you may not have to fear. Yes. And then Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana bahushaka hinantascha buddhayo avyavasayinam. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha. Arjuna's childhood, I think yesterday I don't remember, I'm taking so many classes, I don't know which class I took. Arjuna, right from his childhood, he was a great archer and he was a very focused person. See, there was his guru, Dronacharya. He used to train children, all the Kauravas and Pandavas and all those kings, princes and all. So they will be given training, okay, aim at that, one particular thing and all that. So he will just ask, okay, are you clear now what I've said? You're going to aim it. Yes. So what are you seeing? You will say, most of the people will say, oh, I can see the branch, I can see this, I can see that, and all that. When Arjuna's turn comes, he says, no, I can see that aim, whatever is being told to aim, only that he can see. Okay, well, other than that, what you're able to see? You used to say, no, I can't see anything else. I can see only that aim, whatever you said, that is what they aim, and I'm very focused on that. That was how Arjuna was during his childhood. And even during his, when he grew up and that Swayamvar was happening, Draupadi Swayamvar, there was a task given to all the princes and he won. And the task is what? There was a fish on the top, in the ceiling, and there was a wheel. There will be a wheel which will be rotating. It has spikes everywhere and it will be rotating. He cannot see up and, aim. He need to see the reflection on the water. You need to look into the reflection and aim it on the top. And the wheel will be moving and he need to, two spikes will be it has to go in between those two spikes and it has to hit the fish. So that was also done by him. He won and he got married and all that. We know those, most of the people will be knowing the story. And that is how he was so very perfect with his focused mind. So now we are all in Bhagavad Gita class. We should not be thinking, oh, I have to cook or, what tomorrow, what, and all. No. Totally focus on Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, do any other job, don't think of Bhagavad Gita. Totally get focused on that. Why? Bahu Shaka Hyanantasya. If you were focused on so many other things, so many branches of focus, then nothing will be perfect. You will not be aiming to, it will not be done properly. So we should be always focusing. Whatever job you do, totally focus on it and it will be done well. So this, I didn't read the meaning, okay? Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branches. So then they don't achieve their target. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atman Evatmana Tushtaha Stita Prajna Tadochete Vileka Stita Prajna. What is the Stita Prajna? I don't know whether it is given here. Who is not affected by with the fame or infame or rich or poor or anything, with cold or hot, nothing can affect him. For him, so what? Are both garmi? So what? The climate will pass, then cold season will come. Again, anything for him doesn't. Somebody is insulting you, so what? No problem. I'm not the body. He's insulting my body. No, I am the soul. He doesn't bother about anything. Sthita Prajna stage is given very clearly in second chapter. So here what is given is Bhagavan says, O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of sense desire, which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. He need to do whatever, the varieties of sense desire is all through our mental concoction. Whether I like that person so much, I like that food so much. It's all mental. We want to manipulate and we say that. So come out of it, and when his mind finds satisfaction in the self alone, I am not the body, I am just the soul. I don't need anything. I just need japa. That's all. I have to go back to Godhead. That is my aim. When he says that, nothing affects him. Cold, when somebody is insulting or somebody is not, praising, nothing affects him. He is a Prahlad Maharaj. So he was in a very transcendental stage. His own father was putting him into so much, hardships, but he was in total blissfulness and he was unaffected. That's one movie. Yeah. So I think we have completed all the shlokas now. There were only 10 shlokas was taken. So in this Kali Yuga, there are 4 yuga: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. We are in Kali Yuga. In another 2-3 chapters, we will learn of all that yuga also. How long each yuga takes and all, we will go into the teacher. Okay. So right now we are in Kali Yuga, that much you remember. So in Kali Yuga, what is the best way to reach God or go to his abode? What is the best way? Just do Nama Japa. That's all. We not have to do that Havan home and go to the mountain and sit there for months together, years together, grow beard and the ant is formed. No, that's hardship that only in Satya Yoga people were doing. Things are made very easy for us. Just do Nama Japa. Just hold the beads in your hand. Just do Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Enough. God is ready to wait. He's waiting to serve us. The situation is here. God is waiting. Oh, you become a devotee. Come. I will take care of you. He's waiting. Just say one time Narayana. You say, oh God, there's a story. Which will come later. I'll tell you. One time he says Narayana by mistake, actually. But God says, no, he has called me. No, I'm going to protect him because he called my name. So like that, God is just waiting to take care of all our problems. He's ready to take care of us. But only that we are just, even by mistake, we are not taking his name, which we have to improve. From today onwards, we are going to do japa. That determination we need to take. Today, not at 10 o'clock. At least from tomorrow morning, you all can start doing japa. If you don't have beads, don't worry at all. You have 10 fingers in your hand. Just count like this, enough. Hare Krishna. So there are schools, in some schools, they've made a period only for chanting they do. So you can learn that way, or you can, at home you can do with your father, mother. Oh, no, my parents are not interested. Okay, no problem. You can have a friends, all satsangis. You can have the same-minded people, and you can, have a bead. You can buy a bead, hardly it costs anything. Just be together and we can start doing chanting. So chanting is the easiest method what we can do. Yes, in Netherlands, Dutch students are now learning. One of the greatest law of Netherlands is what? Bhagavad Gita classes are compulsory for Dutch students. They made it compulsory. They don't even speak English, right? They speak Dutch, but then that is compulsory for them because it is not about Krishna or Hindu God. There's nothing like that. It's only a manual for a human, how to live life. That is what is taught here. If you are a human, you can learn Bhagavad Gita. You can be of any religion. It doesn't matter. If you are a human, you better learn. So you can become a better person. It's almost coming to the second last. Dhyayato vishayan pumsah sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamah kamat krodho abhijayate. How things develop, you can make out. While contemplating the object of senses, a person develops attachment for them. Like anything you saw, like mobile. Chalo, aajkal to wahi hai na. I mean, you get crazy for mobile and how much pixel and what, I don't know the details. So youngsters, they talk about all that. I don't know oldies what they are fond of. At least devotees don't get hyper, We all want to go to only ISKCON temple or pray Lord. But the youngsters have too much attachment for all these material objects. So what you start contemplating on the object of senses, it looks so nice, or eating anything. Wow, that is so tasty. First, you develop that attachment for, suppose, food ka example. So you say you just want to taste it somehow or the other. Like, you just creating what liking for that object to taste. Then a person develops attachment for them. And from such attachment, lust develops. He just gets, loves that food. He really loves that food. Can't be without it, like that. He develops that sort of a lust towards that object. And from lust, anger arises. How anger comes? When he doesn't get it. Not that always, every day is not Sunday. Sometimes it happens that shop itself is not selling. Oh, it all got sold off. Don't worry. Now next week only it will come. What will happen to us when you have so much of lust towards a object? It can be a sari, it can be a necklace or small anything, like mobile or anything. So once you have lust, then if you don't get it, anger develops. Okay, then next is the continuation. Krodhat bhavati sammohah, sammohat smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinasha, buddhinashat pranashyati. All comes one after the other. From anger, once you get anger, once you don't get the favorite object, you really want to have it, but you don't get it, anger develops. Complete, once anger comes, what happens is complete delusion arises. Then you go mad, you really want it, I'm not getting it. God, how to achieve it? That sort of a delusion comes. And from delusion, bewilderment of memory. We just forget where we are, what we are, just trash people, whoever is in front of you. How can that be possible? I told him to keep that product, one product that's for me, and they sold it off. And there's whatever the reason. So when the memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material form. Again, like, you take the Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. Again, you come into the birth, death cycle. Again, see, because this is all going to take you down to this. So what, we should not have a liking for all this? No, it is not like that. We should not have liking for the material objects. That is the difference. We can have any, Bhagavad Gita class is so nice. Next month, when they are opening the gate, I am going to be the first person to get registered. You can have that. Oh, that ISKCON temple is doing Aarati so well. I really want to go and see in front of my eyes. I should just have a look close. You can have liking for all that. Some or any temple you want to visit or any, all these things, yes. Related with God, yes. All these things are allowed. You don't get, your bewilderment and all. Only with, material world, you have all these problems. And tomorrow's chapter will be explaining further. Yeah. What happened? Stuck. Sorry. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Lalita. Stuck. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
It's okay. You can be on mute, okay? That is my habit, whenever I just sit quiet, my mouth starts. Because get stuck. So you should not lose your cool, right? So what I do is just japa karo, bas enough. You don't get, lose your temper that time. Oh God, what happened? I get little tense. So this is how the cycle goes. Object of senses is, this is all movie, like little animation is put, that's why it was stuck. So if you have the object of senses, then what you get? You get development of attachment towards the object of senses that leads to lust, and that leads to anger, and that leads to delusion, and it leads to bewilderment of memory, and that leads to loss of memory, loss of intelligence, and then you fall down. Fall down is not exactly literally fall down. Like you're not developing, you're not going up. Up means what are we, why are we come to Bhagavad Gita? Just improvise ourselves. Who japa? I mean, get up in the morning. There is a Mangalarti going on. When God is being, offered flowers and all that, we are just sleeping. What an insult. What are we doing? We are insulting the God. No, I should be up by at least 4:15. We should be up to see that 4:30. The moment that, that parda is open, that curtain is open, first we should have the glance of the Lord. And it is such a great, effect on us. The whole day goes so well. So never a day you should miss. So whoever can, possibly people who are staying abroad, if they are attending our class, it's very easy for them because that will be a different time zone. Other than UK, any other time will be okay for them. I mean, where are the other places? But even in India, 4 o'clock is not very too early. You're not asking them to get up at 2 o'clock. 4 o'clock, 4:15 is okay. It's, pretty good time to get up and start doing your japa. And just look at the Lord, fully dressed and the way they do all that arati and all in our temples, so nicely they do. Should be lucky to see all that. But what we do is we prefer more for the sleep. Just that 1 hour sleep, if you sacrifice 1 or 2 hours sleep, if you sacrifice and get that darshan, that will be so effective on us on the whole day. And every day we can be, we can participate in that. Not even one day goes without seeing the arati. So we must cultivate all that. That will only uplift us. But if you have sense of just, if you have the attachment on this is what will happen. Again, you will fall down. Again, you will get a rebirth, but no guarantee of becoming a human being. That we will learn in another chapter. Pol khul jayega. Yes. So symptoms of Sthita Prajna. I said, no, you should be like a Sthita Prajna. So here, Sthita Prajna is our own Guruji. His own lectures are given. So how he speaks, how he talks, how he sits, how he walks, what language he speaks. Arjuna is becoming more very curious. He's asking Krishna, okay, Sthita Prajna, how he walks. You just tell me. So the shloka from 54 to 74 is explained about Sitatir Muni, how he walks, how he sits. So Krishna explains all that. Okay, so that's very interesting. So when you go to level 2, that all will be taught to you. So something has to be kept for your level 2 also. No? So level 2 will be still more interesting. Here we are just reading only the drops of the nectar. Okay. So you should have that thirst. You should have that yearn to, learn more. Oh no, I need to know what else is taught. What else is taught in Bhagavad Gita. So here it's given symptoms. How does he reveal his position? In 55 it's given how he speaks. How does he react to actions of others? And how he sits mentally when senses are withdrawn from sense object. How is he situated? When he's no affect, nothing. So what? He becomes like that. So what? Nothing affects him. Anything, like, bada calamity. So he will just ask one question. So what? And how he walks, engages senses. And what? Parampara. Example. I mean, we can, all these parampara system, whatever these acharyas we have seen, they have led that life. So if not, entire thing we cannot, inculcate. At least as part of it, let us, be in this path and we can try to absorb some of their lectures and we can inculcate some of their, whatever they've taught. Yes, and that's the end of the shlokas. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Sambhade Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyo Adhyayah. Okay, and takeaway messages, what we learned today. We are not the body. That is what we learned today. But so then who are we? We are just spirit soul. We are not the body. The body is made up of air, earth, fire, water, sky. And we are actually the soul. And the size of the soul is the tip of the hair. When it is cut into 10,000 parts, the one part will be the size of the soul. The soul is situated in the heart. We can't see the soul. It is 1 upon 10,000 size of the tip of the hair. The soul moves from one body to another. Any small service done to Krishna is never lost. So all this thing we learned today. And just a summary, I'll just read this. Krishna does not sympathize with Arjuna's arguments. Arjuna, yesterday's chapter, what he was saying, oh God, I'm going to kill them. It's such a sin, I'm going to, I won't enjoy. There's no enjoyment. He laments. But he doesn't sympathize. Krishna doesn't say, oh, is it? Oh God, I really understand your pain. He doesn't say that. Just listens. So Krishna does not sympathize with Arjuna's arguments. Rather, he reminds Arjuna that his duty is to fight. Your duty is to fight. Don't think of all this nonsense. And orders him to overcome his weakness of heart. What Kripana. I think yesterday we heard that word, no, Kripana, my, that he has that love for his own people, come out of it. And then weakness of the heart, that shows weakness of the heart. Arjuna is torn between the aversion to killing his relatives and Krishna's desire that he should fight. So he can't decide. Krishna is saying, fight and kill them. He says, oh, my relative, how can I kill them? He's just confused of his action. Then, aggrieved and confused, Arjuna asks Krishna for guidance and becomes his disciple. Krishna takes up the role of Arjuna's spiritual master and teaches him that the soul is eternal and cannot be killed. Don't worry, you're not killing the soul, you're just killing the body. He will leave this body and some other body he will take up. Your grandfather or whoever is the guru, they will not die. Don't worry. Dying in battle promotes a fighter to the heavenly planet. So Arjuna should rejoice that those persons he is about to kill will achieve superior births. A person is eternally an individual, only his body perishes. Thus, there is nothing to lament. Don't worry about anything. Don't lament at all. Because body means it has to perish. If he is born, means he has to die one day. So what? There's nothing to worry about. Arjuna's decision not to fight is based on his desire to enjoy life with his relatives, even at the cost of wisdom and duty. Such a mentality keeps one bound to the material world. Krishna advises Arjuna to engage in buddhi yoga, use your buddhi, and have a different approach. Work without attachment to the results. But by fighting in this way, Arjuna will free himself from the cycle of birth and death and become eligible to enter the kingdom of God. This is what we learned in this chapter. This we just complete today. Panchatattva mantra. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Ram, Hare Hare.
So this is our logo. Chant and be happy, not that brooding and oh God, I need to chant. No. Just take it as a sportive. Like you should enjoy chanting. Chanting should be very an enjoyable thing. I think that's enough. Oh, so we'll conclude today's class by saying this prayer. So this is a prayer for all the Vaishnavas who have come. So yesterday I said, no, whoever has joined ISKCON, even for learning 18 days course, you all have become Vaishnavas. So I am actually paying my obeisances. I am respecting you for attending this class, and you're all Vaishnavas. For Vaishnavas who are attending this class, for them I am saluting. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhye vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. All these Vaishnavas, namo namaha. So you all can say Jai after me, okay? Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki
Jai.
Anantakoti Bhakta Vrinda ki
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Acharya Haridas Thakur ki
Jai.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki louder.
Jai.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki
Jai.
भगवत गीता और भागवत ग्रंथ की
Jai.
श्री राधा गोविंद की
Jai.
और प्रेमानंदे
Hare Ram.
Your neighbors should come and they should wonder what is happening. So they will also come and join our class. Just a one moment. Just